Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm here with the real Drew Storey.
I'm the real Drew Storey.
The real Drew Storey.
In the flesh.
He's a musician based out of Murrayville, and he's honestly got some really killer songs.
That's me.
So Drew, tell me about yourself. What do you like to do?
Alright, so I'm Drew, I'm 17. I graduate this year, class of 2023. I've been going to Langley Fine Arts School since the first grade. It's been a long time, and I switched to music major last year. So it's been 2 years of music major. My hobbies, other than writing and performing music, would have to be playing games with my friends, like online, and I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. That's pretty fun.
It's sick. It's great. Yeah. So what type of music do you play?
So I really started off by just learning covers, and I grew up listening to a lot of that like 50s, 60s doo-wop and early rock and roll. So like early Beatles, some of like Elvis, Buddy Holly, that type of stuff, and that's really influenced my sound because the other thing that I listened to growing up was like 2000s and 2010s, like pop rock music that was just on the radio all the time growing up. And so I think a lot of my music, it falls under that like indie pop genre that sounds like old school music.
That's very cool, honestly. Like, nobody ever plays that type of music anymore. It's music I love, and I'm sure many other people love it too. And it's great to see somebody trying to bring it back.
I'm glad, thank you.
Yeah. So, where do you normally perform?
So there's one of the places that I've been playing since probably 2019 is a diner in downtown Langley. Like, do you know where Valley Village is in downtown Langley? Yeah. So next to it is this diner called Brogan's Diner, and they have a stage at the back. And I used to do karaoke there, and then they were like, "What if you played here sometime? Just brought your guitar and stuff." And so ever since then, I've pretty much had like a monthly gig there for the last few years. Other than like during the pandemic, there's a few like quite a while that I couldn't. But other than that, yeah, it was really good. The other place that I play is during the summer here. There's a night market in Fort Langley, and I've had a few gigs there, just like entertaining during the night market.
That is very great, honestly. I mean, who would have thought that just singing karaoke in a diner could find talent?
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little boy, right?
Yeah, I think just like putting yourself out there and doing what you love, eventually, like especially in a public space in front of as many people as you can, you're bound to run into somebody who sees that passion and wants to help you take it further.
Yeah. What was he like? Was he like, "Hey kid, play"?
Really, what it was actually, so they have a lot of like impersonators there that sing like songs, and so they had an Elvis impersonator, and he was there that night, and he was like, "Hey, I have a show on Saturday," and I think it was the Thursday night, and he was like, "Would you be willing to sing like 5 songs before my show, just while I get ready and stuff to really hype up the crowd?" And I was like, "Sure." And then after that, after the pandemic, as I got older and better at what I was doing, they were like, "Do you want your own time slot to just do your own songs?" And I was like, "I would love to do that."
Hey.
What can you ask for?
What more do you want? Like, seriously, that's great. That's great. What are you planning to do with yourself in the future? Like, are you going to become a songwriter and performer, or just sidekick?
So, I want to be a full-time musician. I love it more than anything, but at the exact same time, I generally just want to work in the music industry. Like, of course, I want to be an artist, and I want to be a songwriter, producer, whatever, do all that kind of stuff, but I'm also happy to be on the business end of things, because I explain to a lot of people, like, people who follow me on Instagram will see that I promote other people's music way more than I promote my own music, because I'm such a huge fan of music that I naturally just find myself promoting other people. So, you know, who knows, in like 10 years, if we look back on this and I'm some kind of like marketing person, that's a possibility as well. But number one is definitely being the artist and songwriter.
That's a great plan, and I really hope it works out for you.
Thank you very much.
So what instruments do you play?
So I started out playing piano, but I absolutely hated it. I was like 5 when I started playing, and as you can imagine, like it's kind of hard for most people to have any kind of attention span at 5. So I quit pretty quickly, and when I was around 12 or 13, I picked up, I want to say 12, I picked up the ukulele, and then when I was 13 or 14, I moved to guitar. And then from guitar, you just kind of learn bass, because you just fill in sometimes, like especially here, there'll be like a chamber group that needs something, and then that's kind of been my job over the years, is like I get thrown into a chamber group, and I'm the jack of all trades, master of none. I can learn things, but really simple things really fast, and so I learned bass through school. And then most recently, I learned to play drums in the last month, and I've been playing that in my chamber.
And I've heard you. You're like, you've improved so much. Like originally you were just like, it was just simple, and now you've actually got fills. You've got change from the ride. It's great.
Thank you.
It's been a month, right?
Yeah, I want to say a month and a half maybe. Yeah.
That's still like you've learned. You put in the work, and it shows.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And for my final question, do you know how to read sheet music?
Okay. I'm gonna leave you with this. Those who know me, they know the answer. Those who don't, I'll leave you with the Beatles did not know how to read sheet music. That's all I have to say. Thank you and good night.
It's very nice interviewing you.
Very nice.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Let's go. Manchai's gonna love that.